Welcome back to another episode of the Amazon Private Label Show podcast, hosted by the Amazon FBA University founders, myself, Michael, and my co-partner in crime, Ryan. Today's episode, we're going to talk about really why the Amazon FBA opportunity exists, kind of how it came to fruition, how physical retail turned to online retail, how the pandemic is still affecting it, and a lot of other things. But I want to just mention one thing. Our Amazon Accelerator program it's our 12-month flagship program through FBA University. We have just added a feature and offer that is us hand-picking 3 products for you for your first product to launch. We did that straight up because a lot of people had a lot of difficulty finding products, and just they were eating up a lot of time in the program to find their product. So we want to make sure you don't have to take the products, but you have that offering of, okay, these are vetted products that we would launch ourselves. You get to choose from one of them. It's really helped stimulate people who've come in and actually gotten it, are creating their business and ready to sell really like as soon as possible. So if you want to, book a call, see if we're taking applicants at that time. Links in the show notes. Back to the show though. So we are talking about really why Amazon exists. So let's go all the way back to before Amazon. Retail was just in stores. You know your Target, you know your big, if you live in the US, home goods stores. There's all kinds. There's Walmart, there's Sam's, all these places. So people realized most people don't want to shop. So Amazon essentially is what Uber is for brand sellers versus consumers. It matches reputable brands with reputable buyers in theory, right? And so that existed just because there was a huge need in the retail space, because people don't have time to drive everywhere they want, try everything on XYZ. It simply was a massive convenience amplifier that people who use don't really want to give up.
Yeah.
But it works in theory the way we run it, which is private label, which is different than reselling other brands, which is something you are building IP because of the arbitrage opportunity and just the difference in value across the globe. So when we're talking about that and when we're developing products, why don't you kind of just lay out like the difference in what a manufacturing experience would be in the US versus overseas?
Yeah. So one of the main reasons why a lot of people, myself included, don't source in bulk from the US or any country really in the West is because the MOQs are a lot higher. So not only are the unit prices per product higher, but the MOQ that they want is a lot higher. So, like we can do when we speak to Chinese suppliers, we can, really get them down from 1,000-piece MOQ to maybe a 300 to 500-piece MOQ. It'd be very hard to do that with a Western or a US supplier because they have much higher costs. They have quotas. The raw material cost is so much higher. They've got to factor in wherever they get them from, add their margin to it, and then kind of bring that all together. The labor cost is higher, and everything pretty much is higher. So the MOQs have to be baked in at a higher point because otherwise they just simply won't make any money. So that's one of the main differences when it comes to sourcing in the US to sourcing overseas somewhere in China. Now, the fact that China does exist and the fact that we can get these products for a lot cheaper than, let's say, the US, and even after we've factored in, paying for them, adding all our designs, freighting them over from China to the US or wherever you're selling on the Amazon platform, and we're still able to make money, basically means that we're arbitraging the cost of the goods, the labor, all the materials, the intellectual property, the designers that we leverage on Fiverr, all these different people, all these different cogs, these moving cogs that make up the Amazon private label business. We're able to arbitrage their time and their labor and their cost to basically make money. And even if you look at it in a kind of wider aspect, we're actually even arbitraging Amazon's time. So Amazon are, fulfilling our orders, they're dealing with our returns, they're storing our products. All these different costs add up. And if we're still able to make money after paying all of them, we're really leveraging them and really using them to create and build out our private label business.
Yeah. Then going all the way back to kind of how how the Amazon catalog works, right? Because you're a buyer, you don't really care how it works. You just search for it. It's awesome. You search for whatever you want. It's there within 2 days or less than that, realistically. Sometimes it's same day. In Austin here. It's ridiculous. But the reason, kind of what Amazon is doing is their entire algorithm, it's called the A9 or A10, whatever.
Yeah.
What it's built to do is reward listings with the best reviews and what get the most sales. Because if you think about the Amazon catalog, let's just take a common search. Let's take the search camera, right? And so once you search camera, and just off the top, I'm not looking at data, that search probably gets about 1 million searches per month, that word. And then all of its similar keywords get probably in the millions, because that's a very common product. What Amazon wants is the listings that the buyers like the best and that convert the best. And what convert means is someone searches that and leaves with a purchase, right? Doesn't just search it and then flip back to Instagram. It's what listings are going to convert to a customer, because Amazon, the business, gets 15% of every sale every time a sale is made. So it is good to know, because sometimes you feel like as a seller, you're against Amazon because their customer service is trash, to put it lightly. But what's nice to know is they are incentivized with you. So that should give you the peace of mind that if you are it's really, really, really just hones in on your product quality needs to be there and your reviews need to be there, which product quality leads to good reviews. But those reviews will boost you in the algorithm. That boost in the algorithm will show you to more people. And then you can see you're in the flywheel of your goal, and Amazon's goal is your listing, or any listing for Amazon, sells more. And so the more you sell, the better you rank. The more you rank, the better you sell. The more you sell and rank, the more reviews you get. As long as those reviews are coming in, obviously you're going to get some grouch who 1 stars it. That's just the name of the game. But as long as you've checked your listing's good, it converts, you're at the right price point, your product meets quality and gets majority 5-star reviews, then you're in this flywheel where you are shown to more and more people each month. And that's how you scale without a lot of manual intervention, because the more you sell, the more Amazon wants to show you to the next customer. Yep. And so you can see why this business opportunity from a seller who's willing to take the time to learn product research, who's willing to learn how to design a listing that converts to a human while signals to the algorithm what to rank for, you can see why it's such an opportunity, all of which you can run from anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? So it's the freedom. Like right now, I'm in Austin, in Texas, across the pond, on the other side of the world, pretty much. And, my business is out there. It's making money. I'm making sales every single day on all of my products. So it just shows you the power of it, right? It's something that you can do from anywhere in the world as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, or as I have a cellular connection now, because I'm roaming. So yeah, it's incredible. It's something that, for a lot of times I do take for granted. Where it really kicks in for me is when you're doing something completely opposite from your Amazon business. So you're out, you're eating dinner with buddies, as we were last night, or, you're here, there, and everywhere enjoying what Austin has to offer. And, you're still making sales on your Amazon business, something that you might not have looked at for the whole day, or even for me, like the past couple of days, I haven't really looked at, I haven't optimized my PPC campaigns, and sales are still coming through. So that for me really is the beauty of it. And it's the freedom, right? I'm no longer tied to a desk. I didn't have to ask anyone, hey, can I come out to Austin? I really want to meet my buddy Mike. I just did it, right? Because I wanted to. So you have to really appreciate it, and it's one of those things, you have to start an Amazon business, or an online business that can, get you out of the clutches and really the shackles of a 9-to-5. And, I understand we all came from 9-to-5s. Mike and I, fun fact, we actually worked at the same company, Deloitte, unbeknownst to us, in different cities. But you have to use it, and you have to leverage it. Leverage your time, leverage your resources, leverage the money that you have But really, the beauty of having the freedom is really second to none, and it's something that I wouldn't sacrifice for anything. You know, I often take it for granted because it's been like this for a number of years now, but it really is incredible. And it's really, for me, when you meet people, like I met my cousin out here, and you know, he's working a job. We want to go somewhere on Friday, and you know, we're kind of constrained with the timings that he has. So getting outside of a job and really getting your freedom back really then allows you to really, you know, you can make a lot of money once you have all your freedom back, you have your time back, and you can dedicate 100% of your energy into a business like an Amazon business, right? Launch more products and just have more time to really nurture those listings so that they generate more revenue. And, you know, the more revenue you generate, the more bulletproof you become. And then you only ever get more freedom. You can create, you know, different avenues. You have different setups where, you know, you automate things that maybe you might have had to do before, like PPC campaigns, for example. Like when you're generating enough revenue, you can actually pay someone to run your PPC campaigns, and they might be better than you optimizing. So that then generates you more money. And then, hey, now you can pay someone to do your branding. You can pay someone to do this, pay someone to do that, pay someone to do your taxes, etc. And all of a sudden you realize that, hang on, you know, I'm really now doing the product research, you know, something that I really don't want to outsource because I like, you know, I know how I want my product set up and I know which products I want to look for. But essentially further on down the line, you know, that might be the only thing you're doing. And that is a beautiful thing because then you can scale way more because you can invest your time into only finding products. You're not having to deal with PPC, but just only finding products, which then you find more products. You know, you have more wins, some fail, but you have more wins, and then, you know, you snowball and really take off, man.
Yeah. Just knowing that this opportunity exists and knowing just the final point is that Amazon was already becoming a behemoth before the pandemic. And what the pandemic did is accelerate the demand in e-commerce shopping because all these people, like a big portion of the country, would have never shopped online or never routinely shopped online.
Yeah.
And everyone was forced to overnight, right? Within about 4 or 5 days at the most, everyone figured out how to shop online because they realized if they wanted anything, that's how they did it. Fast forward to today, and we realize almost nobody's given that convenience up.
Yeah.
And nobody gives convenience up once it's there. And so what would have taken years for, you know, a lot of baby boomer generations, older people, or just people in more rural areas who would have never, they just don't shop online, now are shopping online.
Yep.
And then the younger generation, obviously, everything's online. So they're always going to do it. Now you have this huge surplus of demand, and supply or competition or sellers are still catching up. So that's why really, like, that's how the business works. That's why it's so easy to manage, though it still takes work. And that's why we're in this huge opportunity zone that's really going to last for a couple more years until it kind of balances out and there's still opportunities. But that's why really, like, there is no saturation. We're still on this massive outsized demand versus supply. And so if you do want to start a business, the best time is literally now.
100%. So look, if you're on the fence, which you probably are because you're watching this and you want to know more about Amazon FBA private label, those are all the reasons why we think Amazon FBA is one of the best business models you can start right here, right now. So look, if you're interested, we run the Accelerator 2.0 program. We'll handhold you through the entire process, give you your first product to sell so you don't have to think about anything, teach you how to find winning products, and help you for an entire year, giving you all the support you need to launch and scale your Amazon FBA private label business. If you want to get involved in that, click the link in the description and we'll get you on a call and see if we can help you apply and see if you're accepted into the program. And as always, we'll see you on the next episode.